Hello, you are on Low Value Mail. Is this Alex?
Danny, it's Primetime 99, Alex Stein. It's an honor to even call into the show.
Oh, dude, thank you for calling in. So I turned this. I have an extra SIM card. This is the number I have for my phone, so I don't check the voicemails throughout the week. And then I popped it in just shortly before the episode, and then I listened to your voicemail, and it was all sorts of nonsense. And I was like, we got to talk to this guy. So how are you doing?
Yeah, well, I wanted it to be kind of like gay heterosexual love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll play it when you get off the air. By the way, so if people don't know Alex Stein, you have the podcast, The Conspiracy Castle, which you go do it live at 10 o'clock.
Yes, I'm going live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, and
cool.
On YouTube. On YouTube, Twitter, every platform. I got a bunch of strikes. They're always trying to kick me off, Danny. What about you? Have you and Ryan ever got any strikes yet?
Ryan has received, I believe, one strike, and it's one of those things where it's just like the algorithm crawls and just like picks up some random thing from 12 years ago or some shit, like from his like band or something, or like some random video, and then. But he got it removed, but he's kind of conscious. I haven't gotten any strikes for this, but I don't say anything particularly too crazy. What do you get strikes for? What are they dinging you for?
Dude, it literally
COVID stuff?
I haven't had a strike in a while because I'm so pro-vaccine. I love it. It's the greatest thing in the world. Get your booster, which is fine.
Do you think by the sorry to cut you off, but do you think their algorithm is starting to pick up sarcasm?
I don't know.
Is it getting like so advanced?
Danny, it's funny, as a comedian, like sarcasm is really like the only form of comedy that's left.
Of course.
And dude, if they can teach the artificial intelligence too, that's the only thing they can't even figure out. And much less robots can't figure it out. People on the left can't even. And I'm not even hating. I'm considering myself a liberal.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm saying so many humorless people can't even figure it out on their own right now. It's pathetic. You know what I mean? Like so we're worried about AI figuring it out. I don't even think that these autistic humans can figure it out.
I don't think so. By the way, I do enjoy COVID for you has actually been great, because in the past, if you wanted to go fuck with the city council, you actually had to go there.
Dude, it's not great. My mom died of COVID, Danny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Listen to this.
I'm sorry.
No, listen to this. I'm anti-vax, anti-mask. My mom, believes it all. She ends up getting COVID. I tell the doctor not to give her remdesivir. She dies 6 days later. So, dude, listen.
Dude, I'm sorry to hear that.
No. Don't worry. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. What I'm saying.
I would be weird if you were mad at me. I didn't really do anything.
No, of course, Danny. What I'm saying is all these people hit me up on Twitter like, oh, man, you're like benefiting from the pandemic, man. Like all these people, he's like, I'm sure you guys get that too. It's like, oh, you've always done comedy and now people only notice now because you're making these pandemic jokes, you're trolling these politicians. And you're like, oh, I bet you love COVID. I'm like, no, I don't love COVID. I hate COVID. It's ruined my life. And this is true. I just got casted to go on a reality TV show on NBC. It's like The Apprentice, but it's based in Scotland. But it's kind of like Big Brother or whatever. It's a stupid show.
Is it like Big Brother, or is it like The Apprentice, or is it like a Big Brother
kind of mixed,
with a business?
It's not a business, but like you sabotage. You're like on a team and you try to sabotage your team.
Oh, okay.
So it's confusing. I don't even know. It's a show based out of Denmark. And dude, the whole time I'm like, oh, you don't have to be vaccinated.
How'd they get a hold of you?
Because I was on a reality show on ABC called The Glass House like 10 years ago. So I've been on all these shows, and so they saw that I had the Conspiracy Castle, and they saw that I was making these trolling videos. They're like, oh, you'd be perfect for it. Because it's a game where you have to like con people or whatever. Okay. So listen, they got me on the show. They called me today. They're like, Alex, you have to start your schedule in order to be able to fly to Scotland. You have to get vaccinated this week. Like, we got to know. Like, are you going to get vaccinated to come on the show? And I said no, even though it's so safe and effective, and I definitely recommend it to everybody. And just because I'm not going to do it. And so, dude, not that going on some stupid NBC reality show looking like a total idiot, getting denied, whatever. Like, I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all, but it's just one unique opportunity that would have been cool. Even if it sucked, it would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, you get a free trip to Scotland.
Exactly, and I don't get to do it, and I don't get a signal boost on my channel, nothing, because you know what I'm saying. When you build this content, like you and I as independent content creators, you savor the flavor anytime some big personal pumps your stuff, or at least platform you. And so, dude, they were fine with all my anti-vax, even though I'm pro-vaccine. I'm very pro-vaccine, but they're fine with all my wild stuff. And the only thing is that I wouldn't get the jab. So.
And could you just because this is something I recommend to a lot of people. Could you just lie and say you got it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You know, it's funny. Then
Because in America, like, I don't know if you've been around other places, like, but because I know in Canada, and
I
other
haven't
places,
traveled at all.
Well, but like in Canada and like Europe and stuff, they have like a pretty strict system where there's like a database and there's a QR code. In fucking America, they just give you like a cue card and they go, all right, you're done. Like, that's it. Like, there's no place to reference it.
That's what I was thinking my whole time. That was my plan the whole time. I was like, if they ever do it, I'm just going to fake it. But then when it came down to it, I'm like, do I even want to go to Scotland on this fake thing and get stuck in Scotland, have some sort of stupid vaccine issue, can't do the show, and then I have to go on the show the whole time and pretend like I'm vaccinated, because
did you have to like play that on your mind? You're like, how would a vaccinated person act in this scenario?
No,
like, was it that kind of thing where you're like, don't forget, man, like when they ask you questions, you're a vaccinated person, not an unvaccinated person. Dude, don't give it away.
That would be easier. I almost act like a vaccinated person more in proper society. That would be easy to fake. But what I'm saying is, after the fact, everybody in the show's like, well, I got vaccinated to be on the show. And then like when I get kicked off it in the third episode or whatever, and like my whole vibe, even though I'm not, it's, this is really how I feel, it's personal choice. If you want to get it, go ahead. But yeah. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be forced to do it. So what I'm saying is, if I did, the limit for me, Danny, and I've only flown twice, was putting on the mask to fly. I don't even want to put. I mean, if
that's literally the worst. Me and Ryan is the absolute number one offender. I'm pretty bad with whenever I'm on it. Like, I'll get like that tiny little can of like Diet Coke or whatever, and then it takes me an hour and a half to drink it.
Yeah.
Like I got, all the tricks. Ryan literally, he gets on a plane and the stewardess comes right up to him. He goes, "Hey, mask on," and then he hears from them 40 times for the rest of the flight. He's just
but Ryan shouldn't do that because, dude, I know multiple people that have gotten a ban from American Airlines for that. I mean, obviously Ryan's probably not like.
Well, no, he puts it. No. He's just like, it slides under his nose, but he just has a face that they see him and they go, this guy is going to be an issue for us. I don't know if you know that guy, Joey B. Tunes. You know that guy?
Yeah, I'm familiar. Yes.
We were talking to him and we did this like event or whatever. And he was saying he flew in from, I can't remember where he lives. I think he lives in New York or Boston or some shit. And he was like on the plane and his mask was down. And he had his headphones on. He wasn't really paying attention. And they like came up and they're like, he said they didn't even give him really a warning, and they were like pretty instantly like, "Hey, put the mask on. We're gonna put you on a no-fly list and all this shit." And he's like, "What?" Like they got really like. Sometimes I wonder if they just kind of people get flagged for their YouTubes and stuff. I don't know.
It's not about the mask. It's just about one flight attendant that's having a bad day, that did have a family member die of COVID or whatever. They do have some sort of personal, emotional connection to the mask. And then they see other people violating it, and they feel like they're in power. It's their job. So you can just get one authoritarian person having a bad day that's like getting used and abused by somebody else. So they want to exert the little bit of power they have, and they're like, no fly list. I mean, dude, can you believe this day and age? And this is why I'm the conspiracy castle. I'm the conspiracy nut. Like, I know you guys obviously talk about conspiratorial stuff, but I take it way further. Is because, dude, in 2001 and after 9/11, they weaponized us against Muslims. Literally, they created the war on terror. Mm-hmm. And all they did was we watched these towers came down, and then Toby Keith's like, we're the USA, we'll put a boot in your ass. That's the American way. And we were all on board to go kill like 1 million Muslims. With no remorse whatsoever. Society didn't even care. And we should have been warned. We should have been like, oh man, this is kind of weird that we don't care that we just killed all these people that really had nothing to do with 9/11.
Well, they didn't know at the time. They got lied to because there was no social media. So
what I'm saying is, and then we define no weapons of mass destruction. So it's so easy to use propaganda to make us like fear somebody, and now it's so easily being weaponized against American citizens. We are the new domestic terrorists. Like, I would have thought. It's almost like the movie Arlington Road, where he blows up the building. I forget the guy, Tim Robbins. He blows up. Like that movie is about like a domestic terrorist, like Timothy McVeigh.
I honestly remember reading Arlington. No, I'm thinking of a different movie because there's.
Well, I'm just saying now, dude. Just propaganda. They're turning us into terrorists because you don't wear a mask or because of this and that, dude. It's absolutely insane. Like, I just, I have to be a conspiracy nut. We have to laugh because I really do think that like. The mainstream media, that's why I like you and Ryan and the content you create. Everything on Saturday Night Live sucks You're the
Dude,
new
do
Saturday
not
Night
talk
Live.
shit about Saturday Night Live on this show.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You love SNL, of course, the best
is
ever. Pete Davidson, the best. But dude,
so good.
and I don't even want to bash Pete Davidson because he's banging Kim Kardashian.
No, he's fine.
Like,
He's a fine guy.
yeah. Well, I don't even want to bash him, but this is what I'm saying is, dude, the mainstream media is all about intersectionality and checking boxes and like making sure that you have a gay Latino lead actor. So that's going to leave a huge void for people like you and people like Ryan that aren't afraid to not worry about intersectionality. So
I mean, we've literally been vanquished to Podcast Island or whatever the fuck. Like,
But who cares?
Yeah,
Fuck them. You don't even need them. Dude, it literally, all the crap that Hollywood is creating is so bad. All you got to do is this, Danny. You're my age. Let's look at the top movies from 1994. It's like Shawshank Redemption. It's like American Pie. I mean, these movies are, last the test of time. The top movies of 2022 is Spider-Man, which is a good movie. But, I mean, there's no movies. We used to get 20 good movies a year.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know the last, like, banger of a movie. I can't even. I mean, I haven't been to a theater. I saw that Nobody movie. That was okay, but there's no like. Yeah, I know what you mean. Nothing in those that realm. So is your show? It's all like conspiracy stuff.
No, I mean I talk about all kinds.
Oh, you just
of
call
stuff,
it that. Do you think you get dinged? Do you get dinged by YouTube for just being because they don't like conspiracy? Even if you're saying I'm like fun chemtrails conspiracy, I imagine they don't even like that.
They hate it, dude.
Are you like a chemtrails conspiracy guy, or are you more like?
Oh, I'm totally nuts, dude. I'm like a geocentrist. I don't believe like we went to the moon. I'm a nut job. I'm a real deal, like a full flown.
That's fine.
Tinfoil.
You ever call in Coast to Coast?
Oh, dude. I mean, I love Coast to Coast, but like I'm like deep. I mean, I've been on Infowars. I have a channel on Infowars.
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm freaking deep, dark into the, Pizzagate, Illuminati. But see, this is the thing, Danny, because you're a Jewish guy. I'm Stein. I actually wasn't baptized. I was raised in Texas. My grandfather kind of abandoned my dad, so I wasn't raised Jewish. But what I'm trying to say is,
but your grandfather was Jewish. You have some
yes,
Jew blood in you.
Yes, of course.
One drop rule, man. Sorry, dude.
No, it's cool. What I'm saying is, there's this weird conspiracy level where it goes to, the Jewish Illuminati is ruling the world. And I'm not saying there aren't powerful Jewish people, but there's powerful Catholic people. There's powerful people of all kinds. You know what I mean?
I would say the corollary to that or whatever, like because a lot of people, they're like, oh, Jews run Hollywood. And then there's also the thing where like Jews, they run Hollywood and they help other Jews. Yet here I am live streaming on a Tuesday night at 9:30 because all these Jews want to help out all these other Jews in the entertainment industry.
It's not like that. But I mean, dude, listen, you're going to get these people like where it muddies the water of conspiracy stuff where everybody's like a QAnon JFK Jr.'s coming back, which is obviously mentally insane.
Were you live in Dallas? Or in the area?
I live in Dallas.
Did you go to the Kennedy when QAnon Kennedy thing?
Yeah, I filmed it, and I got a strike for that.
They give you a strike for it?
Yeah, for misinformation, election misinformation. Yes, dude.
It's sad that really YouTube will not allow people to kind of figure it out for themselves in any capacity. No, like YouTube will not let someone watch your thing and be like, yeah, but obviously JFK Jr. is not coming back to be the vice president of the United States.
And no, Joe Biden's not wearing a mask, even though they have see, that's the thing, though, Danny. They have Joe Biden on a fake set inside the White House. So then that makes all the conspiracies like, well, he's in L.A., he's on a street. But they just do that almost to kind of muddy the water, to mix us up, to, like, throw people off. It's very...
for sure. Remember when it was, like, just you could have these crazy conspiracy opinions and it was just fun and there was no stakes. There never used to be stakes. Like, it used to just be like, hey, yeah, I think this stuff, and it's kind of like fun, and it's, it's kind of like fantasy sports for people who don't like sports. It's just like, I don't know, it's just fun, and you use your imagination, all this shit, and now they're like, yeah, you're not allowed to talk about this, really, if you want to use our platform.
And dude, and this is what I want to say, dude. If people want to get vaccinated, wear the mask. I don't care. People can do whatever. I'm personal choice. Like, I'm personal freedom. I just don't like, I guess I don't like where society is heading right now, where we're, turning against each other. And you're right. We're taking each other so seriously. We're in like this humorless society.
Oh, big time. I mean, good thing you live in Texas, dude. Man, half of my friends live in Canada. Like, all those places you call, like, my friends live in these places, like, legit. Like, this is like the place they fucking live and have to, like, deal with this shit on a regular basis. Man, I have friends who are right now We're 2 years into the pandemic, who right now are doing stand-up comedy at a comedy club, and there's a fucking piece of plexiglass that hangs in front of them. Doesn't even it's not fixed to the ground. It hangs from wires. So it just blocks them. So they're it doesn't do shit.
Dude,
and literally that's where they're at currently. It's fucking nuts.
Listen, Danny, if a pair of Levi's can't stop a fart, then how is a mask supposed to stop a deadly virus? It's ridiculous. You got these plastic dividers. And then I became friends with a guy named Ben Bankus, who's from
yeah. I know Ben Bankus very well.
Yeah, he's good. And so he uploaded a video, though, of a mic he was doing in Toronto, and it was freezing cold, snowing, and they were outside.
That's all they could do. That's dude, they were literally in 2 years into the pandemic. They were living like they were a week into the pandemic. It was wild up in Canada.
It's the same that's why the mind control, dude, from 9/11.
That's why the truckers and shit, Anyways, let me know if you got to go or whatever. I know it's after 10 o'clock and you got your stream to do, but you're free to stay on long as you'd like. Because you're fun to talk to.
No, of course. I want to call in again. The thing is, I'm interviewing a guy, Joshua Smith, so I don't want to go too long.
Sounds like a fake name. Sounds like you got a fake name. It
does sound like a fake name, but he has a podcast, Break the Cycle, if you guys want to fact check me. But we'll be live. We're about to be live as soon as this call ends. But, dude, I want to say this, Danny. I want to call into your show again. I'm going to play some.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. We'll make this a regular thing, dude. Because I like the coast-to-coast action. I love coast-to-coast, and I feel like you're a nice little, like a conspiracy correspondent.
100%, dude. 100%.
Although I feel like it's only a matter of time before I'll get some strikes, but whatever. I'll play the YouTube game.
It's safe and effective. We want to say that's all you gotta say. I mean, that's all you gotta say.
You just have to say it less dryly. I think what's happening is that the algorithm is picking up on how dry you're saying safe and effective, and then that's the problem there.
When the Matrix, when I loved that movie when we were a kid, and in the second one, I'm like, I didn't get it. They're fighting robots. What would I ever fight a robot? What? But that is literally what we're doing today. We're fighting algorithmic artificial intelligence robots that are scanning every word through transcription. So I mean, we're literally
it's fun time
fighting.
But also at the same time, when the Matrix came out, I couldn't have a fucking live radio show that broadcasts with no latency to the entire world. So
that's true. And dude, I'm on 14 platforms at once, and dude, I've had so many opportunities open up because of this, and I've met so many cool people where I thought, oh man, I would never get my own show because I didn't do this right or this and that. And when you create your own, it doesn't matter. And so building it up, that's why I really have looked up, and I'm not kissing ass, even though I am kissing a little ass. I really have looked up to you, Danny, and you, Ryan. I know Ryan's not here, but I'm saying just the comedy you guys have built up. And I don't want to keep on kissing Ryan's ass. I know you guys are separate. But I'm just saying, it's. I've looked to you guys kind of as a guide, and I appreciate that. So I mean that because, dude, we don't need the mainstream. Once we get big enough, or once enough people notice us, the mainstream will have to notice us. You know what I mean?
Or they just won't, and there'll be there's enough going on outside of it where whoever gives a fuck.
You'll be able to go across the country, and people always want to see you. And listen, really what matters at the end of the day. Are you able to tell a funny story or joke through a digital means in this day and age? And you are incredibly talented at doing that. Whether it's now it used to be stand-up comedy used to be the big deal. Now I don't almost stand-up comedy is almost kind of dead in a way. Now people want shorter, quicker content. And that's really what you guys have focused and done well on, and that's why I'm trying to rip y'all off. They say if you steal from
I don't see. There was a guy actually today who I think he's in Texas actually. He's a big Instagram guy, and he literally did a rip, pretty much a pretty blatant rip off.
JP Sears?
No, not JP Sears. No. It was No, I don't know what his name is, but he Ryan sent it to me. He's in Austin? No, he's not in Austin. He's in Texas somewhere, and he's a Christian guy, and he sent it was a real ripoff of one of Ryan's sketches, really blatant, it was aggressively blatant. But whatever.
You know what you do? Yeah, you just make 10,000 more jokes.
Yeah, whatever. It's he's 2 years behind.
Here you go. Take it. This is my old crap that I don't even watch or care about anymore.
I mean, people were literally commenting, being like, "Yeah, this is Ryan Long.
This is the same video. And Danny, listen, I only know this from Mersh told me this. He said, "You're the real brains of the operation." Oh, and Roy said it. He said, "You're the real brains of the operation."
Not true.
And that Ryan piggybacks off you.
That's not true.
Ryan
Ryan is absolutely the brains of the operation. I can assure you of that. He just has this thing where he seems all aloof. So people are like,
dude, wait, I love that Ryan does it. I try to do that too. Even though I'm a psychopath, you want to play aloof. You want to be aloof.
Yeah. You don't want to You don't want to seem like you're the brains of the operation when in fact you are. But Ryan is credit where credit is due. Ryan is in fact the brains of the operation.
But Danny, I love your character, like the sad. Not even that you're sad all the time, but you always play the good straight man. You do a good job of that. I'm not just kissing ass. So.
Yeah, thanks, man. Dude, honestly, I love your fucking those videos, like the zooming into the shit.
Dude, and this is
very funny, and nobody else is really doing that. So it's like you kind of.
But this is the goal. To
be banned from every city municipality in North America.
No, but I want to rip off Sacha Baron Cohen or like Eric Andre, and I want to make a prank narrative movie with a bunch of going to a bunch of councils, pretending to be a lobbyist, and I believe the story will be like. I'm a lobbyist trying to get some sort of crazy thing, passed. And at the end of the movie, I get it passed.
It's a good idea. And that's very noble. Let's get, if you're not kicked off of GoFundMe yet, let's get you a GoFundMe and let's make this bad boy.
Let's make it. I'm down. Okay. All right, Danny, you're my new best friend. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, buddy. Alex Stein, everybody. Thanks, dude. Appreciate
it. Everybody go follow Danny. Bye.
No, they're already following me. Everybody go follow Alex.
I guess that didn't make sense. Don't follow me. Just go follow Danny some more. Double like him. Go make an extra sock account and follow him with that.
Okay. Right, thanks, dude. Take care.
Bye.
All right. That was Alex Stein. Go check out Conspiracy Castle. All right. We got another caller right here. I'm going to pick it up. No caller ID. I think it might be the troll. Hello. You are on Low Value Mail. Who am I speaking with?
Hard Money Troll.
I thought it was the troll. Whenever it's no caller ID, I always think it's the troll.
Come on.
Are you listening to the show, by the way?
Yeah, I'm.
Okay, so just people. If people are listening, if someone's on the other line, then don't call just because I'm not gonna pick it up.
Oops.
I just want to let you know because you were calling back or whatever, and someone else was calling, and I'm just like, if in the event that you are listening, just I can't. I don't have a board. I don't. If anybody has, by the way, knows of a way that I can fucking like queue up a bunch of people. Let me know. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat here. Someone asked, by the way, thanks to Alex. That was really fun. I don't know if you listen.
Yeah.
You know
I love his conspiracy theories.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Or as we like to call them, the business fact.
Don't get me kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, no. You can just go on Truth Social.
Are you on there?
I've got a waiting number of like 200,000 something.
Nice. I have my account. Everybody can follow me, Danny Jokes. I have some friends who are in the tech industry who I actually got on there a couple days ago. It's not great. I don't know. It's fine. It's literally, I'm like, the only reason to be on there is just for Trump to just talk tons of shit, and he's not yet. So I'm like, what's the point of this? Yeah.
No, I originally only got a Twitter so I could read the president's tweets. Just because.
Which one? Obama?
I mean, no, the real president, the one that the mainstream media won't acknowledge as president.
Biden. Hillary Clinton.
No.
Which one?
No, come on. Okay. They won't tell you who won, but
Oh, okay, dude, don't get me kicked off of YouTube with this stuff.
Well, are you really responsible for what I say?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this shit works, to be honest. I'm I don't know, but I imagine it's just they just scrape the audio and just look for phrases and stuff. So, but I don't know. I don't think I'll get kicked off.
Well, I mean, as Alex before me was saying, they got programs and robots and cyborgs to analyze the text.
Oh yeah.
And
so what's up? What's up?
Am I even able to talk about my conspiracy theory?
Yes. I love that this is actually just turning into a conspiracy theory show.
Oh yeah. So I have a conspiracy theory that sometime in the late '90s, early 2000s, they replaced Ice Cube, the one Farrakhan loving,
like the rapper, you mean the star of children movies now.
Yeah. Well, no, they replaced him with another guy, and that's, come on. This
reminds me of do you remember the back in the day? How old are you?
I am 34.
Okay, so we're similar.
I think about that.
Do you remember like the Is Paul McCartney Dead? Did you ever?
Yeah,
did
well, that's kind
did
of
you
what I'm
remember that?
riffing off of.
Yeah. So
That's
I remember that was a big thing. The is Paul McCartney dead? And then they replaced them. That was when I was in summer camp. That was a really popular tape. That's how old I am.
Oh,
but
yeah, I mean, it's basically a parody of that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
If you're gonna break it down to,
I'm sure they have a lot of those. You know what the crazy thing is? Not to be, well, actually to be conspiratorial, but there's probably like people who that actually happened with that nobody has ever even said. Like there's probably is someone, but they're like, not like quite famous. Like, maybe like Katie Couric or something died in a car crash, but nobody gives a shit enough.
Or something. I mean,
but I'm like, there's all these conspiracies.
Isn't that the Man in the Iron Mask? Huh?
I guess, but there's all these conspiracies. But then I bet like there's someone who nobody has the conspiracy about, but they actually did it. They actually pulled it off.
Yeah. Well, my conspiracy theory. You basically already called what was based off of, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just close enough to something that's like a real thing that you can kind of convince people. Like I have this other one where. Like, Danny, did you know Hitler is a failed actor? A failed artist?
Yeah. I knew he was a failed stand-up comic as well.
Did you know that Stalin was a failed barber?
I did not know
He could only do beards. He couldn't do mustaches.
That's not really a conspiracy theory. That's more like a dad joke.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that one's a conspiracy theory. That's just more like a fact. Yeah. You're
gotcha.
killing my buzz. Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
So, no worries.
Cool. Well, thank you for calling in 3 weeks in a row. You should get you some sort of badge.
No, I've called in 4 times. I'm the self-proclaimed most caller of the. I'm the biggest low-value male.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, dude. Yourself, of course.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm driving out right now to see Negative Approach, Adolescents, and Circle Jerks. So
nice. Well, have fun. I got another call that I want to take here. But thank you for calling in, buddy. All right, take care.
All right, later.